It's a book, or nowadays an app, for almost, if not everything. And if you reveal that you're expecting a baby, chances are someone will slip some reading material into your hot little hands soon after you make that glorious announcement. But how many of us actually get around to reading parenting books, and are we bad parents if we don't? Di Wilcox, our parenting expert, is with us this afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What is it that makes us seek out the wisdom of others, Di, as we traverse the long road of parenting?
Look, wise people are generally very optimistic and they believe that life's problems can be solved, and they face life's difficulties with this sense of calm. So when we see someone facing parenting issues with this sense of calm, we want to know how so that we can do it too.
We certainly live in a child-focused society these days. It can leave many of us feeling rather overwhelmed. How do we deal with that?
So when we're talking about a child-focused society, what we're saying is that we acknowledge and accept that children are the citizens of our future. We know that what impacts them in childhood affects them as adults. What some of us are doing is we're overindulging our kids because we want to give them the best life. That we've got to make sure we don't give them this sense of entitlement or they become disrespectful. A loving family where there's boundaries and rules and there's that role modelling of respect, empathy and kindness is what our kids need.
There really has been a shift, though, in the focus that parents place on their children over the decades, hasn't there?
There has, and I think it's because parents are able to spend a lot more time with their kids too.
There are people who read everything that they can find, then there are others who read nothing at all. Is there a right or a wrong way?
It's really hard being a mum or dad these days. You're being bombarded with all this conflicting information, and if you've got more than one child at home, you'll find that their needs vary as well. So when it comes to parenting decisions, the best thing you can do is look at your intent. So long as your intent is always to do what is in the best interest of your child, you're being a good parent.
So do reading parenting books or apps, do they hinder or improve our parenting?
There's nothing wrong with reading a parenting book because it does give us some ideas and strategies to try with our child. My advice would be, if you pick up a parenting book, you need to do so with the mindset that I'm not going to feel guilty about what I'm reading, because up to this point I've been doing the best I can with the knowledge I have.
But how do you avoid that feeling of guilt? Because human nature is that you want to seek out the information, and then if you learn or you read something that is contrary to what you've been doing, surely automatically you'd feel guilty about it.
I think what we need to understand is we have this constant comparison of ourselves with others, and now that we've got social media and we're constantly seeing the lives of other people, that heightens our sense of guilt. We need to understand that our family is our own little bubble, so to speak, and we need to do what's right for our children, because they aren't the same as your friend's family, and we need to look after what is right for our kids.
Di Wilcox, been good to speak with you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.